What do you make of these wage increases? Are they sustainable enough, and are they happening across Japan or mostly across larger companies?
I'm pretty much optimistic about the wage increases. The reason behind is a huge shortage of labor. So business has to keep raising wages, otherwise we can't secure laborers. So this is the really thrilling situation for the Japanese economy going forward.
Do you think the Japanese household feels that way as well, in a way that they're confident enough to actually go out and spend and actually turn it into a real demand-driven sort of inflationary outlook?
I don't think the confidence is there. The reason behind is I think it's been almost 24 to 25 months of the negative real wage. So the news of the lots of news that big corporations decided to increase wages, but the inflation is more and surpassing the increase of the wages at this moment. So households are so concerned about the inflation, which comes out of the weekend, plus possible crisis in Middle East and Ukraine. Lots of uncertainties around.
It doesn't help energy prices, as you mentioned, really going up because of the Middle East crisis. But really, the mentality and mindset that Japanese households do not feel richer because of these wage increases. Is there sort of a level that's best suited for the broader Japanese economy? I mean, we're approaching 160 right now.
Well, I think the current disconnect between the stock market and real economy is an issue. And we business don't think that the current stock price means very much optimistic to the Japanese economy. So we have to increase wages. We have to put lots of impetus to the workers. For example, we have the huge investment opportunities now in Japan. For example, accumulated investment amount is surprisingly $600 billion. But it's a plan. And how to let it invest, now. The reason why we can't do it is, first, the material cost is increasing. That's out of the plan. Second is we can't secure laborers. So silver lining is there. We want to invest. I mean, Japanese corporates want to invest. However, we can't secure laborers. So that disconnect exists because of the huge lack of labor.
You talk about a disconnect when it comes to the weakening yen, right? You say that currency weakness is not just about rate differentials, it's about a differential when it comes to business investment interest in Japan. When we've seen so much more enthusiasm across financial market assets in Japan, how do you transfer that, or how do you kind of get a bit more enthusiasm when it comes to foreign investment?
Well, I think Japanese government and the business have to work together to attract the foreign investments. Japan has been saying we need investments from the world, but the situation is not enough to appeal, such as education of the children's siblings and the language. But will be better, but we have to be serious about this opportunity, which is the one we can't miss this time. So I think the government and the business are working very hard to bring the FDI to the Japanese economy. I think it's a lot better than before. But we have to learn from Singapore, for example. They have the EDB, which is a one-stop shopping for the investor from abroad. And now investors from abroad have to go to the METI, have to go to the MOFA, a lot of government offices. So we, Japan, have to be serious about to bring money from the world this time.
At the same time, you're also outward looking too, right? I want to ask about Boston Beer. I know that Suntory has denied these M&A talks, but I do wonder if the sort of uncertainty and weak consumption patterns at home is making you want to look for more growth opportunities abroad. What sort of assets are you potentially eyeing at this point?
2 points I'd like to address. One, Japanese corporates are very keen to go abroad in terms of capturing the global growth. And the declining population of Japan is really demotivating us to stay here. So that's a fact. But apart from that, there is a huge opportunity of investment, such as sustainability, such as DX. And by the way, second point is we have no negotiation at all with the Boston Beer. So there's no fact. So I was so surprised to know the piece went out to the world, and I got lots of questions about that.
Okay, what about other companies though? Because we just heard that you sold a $500 million bond, which usually Japanese companies tend to do when you're investing overseas.
Well, I think two things. One, aging population doesn't mean any demand. So we have such as healthcare. We have such a division here. And the U.S., we have the still interest investing. So both. And one key thing is the landscape has changed. Even for those companies who got assets overseas from Japan, they are thinking to come back with the repatriation.
So you were raising cash, $500 million bond.
That's right.
You're looking at other investments overseas. Maybe not Boston Beer, but something else.
Well, we will keep investing to Japan, such as distillery capacity and so forth, and beverages. But one thing, aging population needs lots of need of new products, and they have money. So Japan's consumption is weak at this moment, but key thing is they need new products. And around the 30 years of time, deflation didn't push us to bring new products with the innovation. Deflation is a big stumbling block of the innovation. But now we have to produce something innovative to aging population who has lots of money.
Are you doing that right now?
Right. So our
within
healthcare
Japan?
division
Okay.
is now so much thrilled.
But it's not just Japan, right? Overseas as well, that aging demographic story.
Right, exactly. We are in Thailand, we are in Taiwan, we are in China too.